Well, there is a psychological trick that instantly gets under someone's skin. You don't even know about it. But the best part is, it's so easy to use. And why? Because most people do not even realize that it's used on them. Here's the thing, most people think if you get respect, you have to speak louder, act tougher, or clap back with something clever. But usually that makes things worse. You look reactive, emotional, and weak. Ever had someone who did this? Mock you or push your buttons? Well, that is exactly the trick I'm going to teach you. And whenever they just say, it does not backfire on them at all. No, it looks like he's passive aggressive. Aggressive when he needs to lock you out, but when you are reacting, they look passive. That is the whole reaction they're doing against you. Well, this trick flips the script. Now you're the one who's being passive aggressive, and they're the one looking out of line. And that is what I will be teaching you in this 15-minute video. Now, this trick is called the mirror effect. And instead of reacting emotionally, you just reflect their behavior calmly without showing anything. And that is what messes with the head. That is why it's called the mirror effect. It's like you putting another them in front of them. And when they see that, the confrontation hits harder. Because then they have themselves in front of them. And then it's like, I'm doing that. They just think about every move then, blocking them out. Because then they're out of game. They cannot do anything. And if they're being sarcastic, you respond with sarcasm. If they're being dry, you respond dry. If they're out of line, you respond being out of line. No matter what they do, you just reflect what they're doing. And why does this work? Because most people can dish it out, but they can't handle their own energy, their own reflection. Because that is the moment when reality hits the hardest. And there are things most people cannot accept. But why does this work? Well, it hits psychologically. That is the only reason it works. That is a thing that just spins. There are thousands of thoughts rushing through your mind every day. But when you're getting faced with your own reflection, it passes, and the only focus they have is on themselves. Because most people act out to gain power or control. They use sarcasm, superiority, or manipulation to feel above you. But when that mirror comes in front of them, they see how they are. And then it's just a one-on-one reflection of them. And if they see like someone who they want to be but they not are, so they want to be that tough alpha male, but they're looking at a fucking beta male. What is wrong with me? That is why it works so good. It just gives them the fullest reality possible. And that just stops their mind. And that's why the mirror effect doesn't confuse people. No, it bothers them. It reveals what they're doing without you saying a word. Now, when it comes to my example, imagine you're at school and someone mocks you in front of your friends. They throw some sarcastic comments your way instead of getting defensive or trying to one up them with an insult. No, you mirror them. You're being sarcastic back. And now you can already think what's going to happen. They do not like it because they see themselves. And one thing is, we hate seeing ourselves. because then we get insecure eventually. And now they've got nowhere to go, only to face it. They can't escalate it without looking extremely out of line, and their reputation just drops like a bomb. And now the group starts seeing tension between you two, and that is what you want to create. When there is tension, at some point they will just snap. And when they snap, like I said, they're the ones seeing out of line, and their reputation drops like a stone. Or your boss tries to be clever and act superior, which is true, he is superior in a certain point. At some point, he's just out of line, giving you that smug attitude, like they're above you. Like I said, they are, but at some point, they're not. They're just equally. They cannot abuse you, because when they abuse you, that is the moment you're not being treated like a human, you're being treated like a slave. And instead of defensive or kissing up on him, you mirror their tone, their body language. And now you're thinking, yeah, but does this not get me fired? Well, there is a chance, of course. But 99 out of 100 times, this does not happen. Simply because they're too busy with their own reflection. They cannot handle that. And when they cannot handle it, they're the one being out of line. So they will do stupid things. So if they fire you unlawfully, you can just say to the company, all right, I've been fired unlawfully. My best, I will get a nice payout from you. Or you can just get me back. But that time, I want a raise too. You are standing more powerful. That is the whole point. So you have nothing to fear with it. And they feel uncomfortable because now they're one not in control anymore. No, only thing they know is messes with their ego. They've just lost all control of that. And they back off without you doing anything but other than reflecting them. But there is a part where you need to watch out for. And that is caution. How to use the mirror effect without overdoing it. Because you can overdo it and then you become the victim. And that is not something you want. The mirror effect is powerful, but it's important to use it wisely. Don't make it your go-to move in every situation. And don't overdo it. If it becomes obvious that you're mirroring someone just to mess with them, it could backfire. And why do not overdo it? Simply, they will be prepared. They know what is coming. It's like planting a bomb and just call the police, and there will be a bomb going off 30 minutes. It's an extreme example, I know, but it's the same. They already know what you're going to do. Or if you're known as a bomber, they will just arrest you because you're already known for that. They will just prevent it in any way. So that is the most important part. Do not overdo it. Because you see success with it and you want to continue doing it. And that is the moment you fall in a trap. And trust me, that is not something you want. The key is to stay calm, neutral, and nonchalant. The power is in how you stay emotionally detached, acting like a mirror image of every of their move. That is when you use it, simply. When you use it, be calm. People cannot handle when someone is calm when they're furious and already stop. If you're then looking calm, they will just get a reflection of themselves. And now you may be asking, how does that give a reflection of themselves? Simply, they're seeing who they want to be, but they're doing it completely out of line. So they get a reflection onto them. That's why calmness is one of the best things you need to master. But also remember, this is about exposing their behavior, not making them feel bad. Don't get caught up in revenge mentality. If you do it, it can make you seen just as bad. And that's when you're overdoing it. And that continuous overdoing it just makes them already preventing you. Or otherwise, they will come after you. And when you do not handle this tactic when it's used against you, you're just back at square zero. And remember, this doesn't always work on everyone. Some people are highly self-aware and emotionally intelligent. They just have a certain level of control. And then it does not matter what you do. They will just handle it. And they may see through it in those cases, you won't have any effect. And then you can just better back off and start thinking of another plan to get to them. But that, continuing to do that, is the worst thing you could ever do. And finally, this trick works best when you're emotionally detached. Because if you're too emotionally involved, you will get caught up in it, and that is the moment you will have more mercy than you want to win. And that is actually in 12 minutes, this whole topic. I know it's very fast, but it's mostly theoretical. There's nothing to add on. It's just theoretical. It's just mirror them when you need to and stay calm, confident, and do not get out of your skin. Do not let someone get under your skin. And when you do that, this is just a walk in the park. That is how easy it is. And that is just very fast and direct what you need to know. So with that, hope this helped a lot. If it did, hit that like and subscribe button, and then I see you in my next video.